Here it is, Michael Miranda. He's the president and owner of M3 Armory in Stockbridge, Georgia. How you doing, Michael?
I'm really good, really good. Thank you for having me.
No, for us, a pleasure to have you here at the Hot Seat interview, which I know today's theme is going to be interesting because a lot of people out there want to know about what's really going on with the Second Amendment and all your rights and all the things that you can do to be safe. Okay. So tell us a little bit about, the Second Amendment, the rights that the person has as a family, what you can do.
Well, the founding fathers made the First Amendment as the right to congregate, right to free speech, and to declaring any other way as you see fit. And the Second Amendment is second for a reason, just in case the first doesn't work out. They foresaw that the people needed to have the right to be able to have the necessary tools to defend themselves against other governments that would like to influence what was happening in the country in that regard in the past, or to whatever the government might be doing in the future. And that keeps the balance of power between the people and the government, because the government has in a way the ability to wage violence, so the people have the same ability. That keeps everybody in check. In the Second Amendment reads, where regulated militia needed, being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And that's reading from the letter of the Constitution itself. They knew that the people needed the right to be able to defend themselves. It's not a privilege, it's a right. Driving a car is a privilege. Being able to defend yourself and defend the life of your loved ones, it's a God-given right. And they were wise enough to include it within that live document that is the Constitution of the United States.
Certainly, with a right like this, also, you need to be trained correctly in order to bear arms. And tell us a little bit about what M3 Armory does in order to train people in terms of using and knowing how to use a arm or firearm.
Well, we're a federal firearms license, and among the services that we provide to our customers once they purchase the firearm, a lot of new gun owners walk out of the store and now they have that in their hands and they're like, well, what's next? What next is that you should become proficient in utilizing that tool as you become proficient driving your car, riding a bicycle, using a drill to fix stuff around your house, using a hammer. A firearm is a tool, just like any other tool that you may be able to use. You don't only use your firearm for self-defense purposes. You can use it for recreational purposes. You can go into shooting competition. A lot of people are armed security officers, so they use it as a livelihood. There are many different ways in which you can use your firearm once you purchase it. We definitely put a lot of effort, resources, and energy in the educational aspect of gun ownership. We love it when our customers come back to us and they just want to sit down and have a conversation about how to be safe with it, have it in their houses as a method of defense, or go out and about and carry every day as business owners and people that spend a lot of time in transitional spaces like parking lots on roads, gas stations, shopping centers, even places of work, or business place of business. So a lot of what we do is just give guidance to those people. And if they are willing to spend a little more resources and time, we start them down the path of training so they can become professional at utilizing that tool that they had just purchased. And it doesn't become a box on the top of the closet that they never look at in the next 2 years.
This is important because a lot of people out there don't understand the Second Amendment. They don't understand the rights. That's your right. They also don't understand once you purchase, what is the next step, what you need to do, what you need to learn in order to be safe, but at the same time to know how to use it. M3 Armory offers training, right?
Yes, we offer group training. We offer individual sessions. You can book them calling our cell phone number at 470-541-4068, or you can go to our website, www.m3armory.com, and you can book an appointment there. We do outdoor ranges, we do indoor ranges, group sessions. If you have a big enough property and your zoning allows you to shoot in your property, we go to your property and train you, train your family.
So many ways, right? So many ways.
The good thing about having the space is that you have no limits to the amount of training or the type of training. We can do basic pistol shooting, or then we can just advance to more force-on-force encounters, shooting while moving. There's a whole plethora of different skills that you should be able to at least practice on your own once you get a couple of trainings with us. And of course, stay hungry. Be vigilant, stay in the search for more knowledge, be aware of your laws, how laws change, especially in the political climate, the present political climate in our country, that things seem to be changing so quickly and everybody's playing catch up. Be aware of your state laws, be aware of your city laws, your county laws, be aware of the federal laws, that we have a whole bunch of things changing constantly. And all around, just use good judgment when it comes to your gun ownership.
Yeah, and talking about judgment is very important based on the training that I have received from M3 Armory, that you always have to conceal your weapon. It's not something to show off, or it's not something to play with. We have seen many, many, many situations in social media and all that we should not be doing. And it's important that you are trained correctly. Also, on your website, you have other services that you offer, which in the case of the woman, since I'm a woman and I know this is for men and women, how can the woman be, there and protect herself and know the law? What can she do?
Well, our business model is very intimate. It's appointment based only. You can just book an appointment with us, come to our store, have a sit down. We'll have a casual conversation. There's not a whole bunch of people around listening to your business. There's not a whole bunch of people swinging and flagging people around with guns. You have our undivided attention by the time while you're at our store. We sit down, have a conversation. It's very family oriented. You can bring the kids. And then after we've had a chat, then we can take a look at the inventory, or maybe a gun is not the best option for you. We won't try to sell you something for the sake of selling you something. If we believe that a firearm might not be the best fit for you, we're going to be very respectful. We'll definitely turn you down if we believe that it is not the best option for you and you might end up hurting yourself or hurting a loved one. We've actually turned down some customers. Some people might believe that it's not good for business, but we're not in this business for money. We're in this business because we want to make a difference with our community. We want to make sure that people have a fighting chance against evil, and especially single mothers, professional women that work in Atlanta. They have night shifts. I want to say that 70-80% of our clientele is women looking for a tool to even out the odds. And it's our belief that we are giving good people, decent people, law-abiding people a fighting chance through the purchase of firearms or non-lethal defensive equipment and training.
That's the most important thing. Thank you, Michael, for being with us on the interview, the hot seat interview. Really, it's a hot seat thing that we are talking today. But I wanted to give Michael a chance to come to the show because I have seen a lot of information out there that is misleading. He's here. He's available. He could answer your calls and you could come in an intimate environment where you could make questions and don't be afraid of asking questions. So also, you are part of this association that is called Legal, which they train also. What is the name of the company?
We have partnered with Georgia Carry organization. They have been rebranded recently, so now they are Georgia 2A. They serve the community, just bringing information, updating people in what the law is happening and whatnot. Big shout out to Philip Doolittle and Luis Estrada, two great people that belong to the GA2A organization. We also partner with US Law Shield. Big shout out to Brian Glass and Michelle Williams. US Law Shield provides not only self-defense insurance, but also provide a lot of information, workshops, seminars, all kinds of information for you to not only be able to defend yourself, but be able to defend yourself after the fact. After being in a force encounter or being in a violent situation in which you have been the victim, US Law Shield provides that legal defense and the knowledge for you to navigate the legal system. It's not a justice system. There's no such thing as a justice system. It's a legal system that you sometimes have to navigate through. And even though you did the right thing by defending your property, defending your house, defending your family, you might find yourself in a legal battle for years. US Law Shield provides the legal protection and the legal service. Georgia 2A provides the knowledge, the information. They are constantly working with state politicians to make sure that law-abiding citizens keep their constitutional right to bear arms. In the case of Georgia, Georgia has two constitutions that protect Georgians' rights to bear arms. It has the United States Constitution, and in the Georgia Constitution, in Article 1, Section 8, it says that all citizens of the state have the legal right to bear arms for self-defense and defense of their loved ones. So in our case, we are double covered, covered twice in that regard. So in reality, if you find yourself in a situation in which you needed to defend yourself and you don't have the best resources and the best tools to do it, you have only yourself to blame for that. M3 Armory is just one of many other entities that are out there trying to make sure that people are not scared to exercise their rights. I know that politicians are doing a superb job at trying to keep people scared. But when you are living scared, you will renounce your rights for just a bit of false safety. And you cannot delegate government for your own safety. You and you only are responsible for keeping yourself and your loved ones safe. Police officers are not there to protect you while you're being victim of a crime. They are there to investigate after the fact. So while that's happening, you have to defend yourself. You are obligated to defend yourself and defend your family. Give yourself the best fighting chance. Give yourself a tool that's going to level the playing field. Because I don't know any criminal that obeys the law. That's why they're criminals, because they gravitate outside the boundaries of laws. That's what being a criminal actually means. So don't be a victim. Refuse to be a victim. Get your firearm, get training, obey the law, study the law, and hopefully you will never have to use it.
If not, come to M3 Armory and we will train you. Thank you, Michael, for coming. For us, it's a pleasure to have you here at the Hot Seat Interview, a Starbank studio. This is Maggie Martinez, your host for today. Until next time.
Starring Maggie Martinez and the Hot Seat Interview. Y ahora con ustedes, Maggie Martinez en Caliente.